Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Thorogood's webcast covering the Qlik product roadmap. My name is Deepika, and I thank you for taking the time to join us today. I have been with Thorogood for 6 years now and have been working with Qlik through most of that time. I have worked with a wide range of our clients in areas including pharmaceutical, supply chain, and compliance. With me is Robbie Shaw, who has also worked extensively with Qlik. Robbie is experienced in working with our customers in healthcare, insurance, and consumer goods. To start with, the objectives for today. We start with a short overview of the established products in Qlik Suite. Then we will talk through the most interesting updates from Qlik's Qonnections conference in May 2019, which will include details about their new acquisitions over the last 12 months. And finally, round up with a quick demo of Qlik Sense, highlighting the power of its cognitive engine and other new features. Before delving into the above, we are going to run through a quick introduction to Thorogood. For those unfamiliar with Thorogood, we are an independent professional services consulting firm specializing in business intelligence and analytics solutions. We've been delivering value in this space for over 25 years now. We provide a full range of services to support your business goals, covering the end-to-end life cycle of any project, from initial strategy and roadmap definitions to requirements gathering, design and implementation of complex systems, through to training and support of business users. We are independent, that is, we don't align with a single technology vendor. Instead, we work with a wide array of technology firms in the business intelligence market, including back-end, front-end, and analytics-driven technologies. With this independence, we are able to develop well-rounded expertise that allows us to help our clients integrate across platforms successfully. While we work with all of these technologies and many more, we also partner with a variety of these technologies as well, as seen with the partner logos on the screen now. Qlik is a number of the BI partners, as I've just shown in the previous slide, that we partner with. We have been partnering with Qlik for over 10 years now and have built up our expertise by delivering over 150 projects for our customers. This includes designing and developing end-to-end solutions integrating Qlik with other technologies like SAP, Salesforce, Teradata, Hadoop, and many others as seen on the screen. Hopefully in this session, we can give you an insight into Qlik's direction for new offerings from our vantage point as a partner. We will begin with a quick overview of some of more established offerings from Qlik's product suite, which you might already be aware of. First, QlikView. QlikView has been around as long as Qlik has and has traditionally been Qlik's flagship tool. It is used to develop and deploy rich guided analytical applications for exploration and discovery. To avoid straying from the main topic, I will not go into more details about this tool, but we do have pre-recorded content available on our website which focuses on QlikView itself. Moving on to Qlik Sense. Qlik Sense is their next generation self-service visualization application. It can be called the younger sibling of QlikView, carrying a lot of same functionality as QlikView, but with more attractive interface and easy to use drag and drop features. And finally, Printing, which was acquired by Qlik, serving the purpose of developing and distributing formatted reports. These products have been the foundation of Qlik Suite for some time now, but with multiple acquisitions in the past 12 months, Qlik is making it clear that it's ready to widen its horizon. I will now hand over to Robbie to discuss the newest tools and advances Qlik is rolling out.
Hello everyone. In this section I'll talk through what we think are the most interesting and exciting updates of Qlik's Qonnections conference in May of this year. I will also try to give some context of where each of the developments can benefit your organization and give a sense of the general direction that Qlik is taking with its business intelligence offering. From our perspective, there are 5 major updates we think are worth sharing in this webcast. First will be Qlik Geo-licensing, followed by Qlik Insight Bot, the result of Qlik's acquisition of Crunch Data. Third will be Qlik's Associative Big Data Index, or ABDI. Fourth is Qlik Data Catalyst, which stems from Qlik acquiring Podium Data. Fifth and finally, I'll cover Attunity, a result of another acquisition from Qlik. Just under a year ago, Qlik announced geo-licensing. Qlik Suite customers may now expand their license to include Qlik Sense and its additional products, such as Qlik Data Market. As one would expect, the price of the license increases, but only modestly. And personally, I think this is a great sign for organizations who want to retain their firmly established QlikView applications, but also want to reap the advantages of Qlik Sense's modern drag-and-drop interface for user-driven ad hoc data analysis. Next is Qlik Insight Bot. Qlik Insight Bot is a natural language query tool. It can be installed as an extension to Qlik Sense, and once it's installed, it will give you an icon in the bottom right corner of your window, which whenever you click it, it brings up a web chat where you type to see what you want. With Insight Bot, you'll generate charts, text insights, and you can apply filters just as you ask for it. It's quicker and easier than drag and dropping and clicking. Quite interestingly, the tool will also work with other popular chat tools, namely Skype, Microsoft Teams, and Slack. It's notably different to some of the other natural language query tools because the chat history is stored above in the format of like a typical instant messaging conversation. Therefore, one can enact follow-up queries. So for example, you could say, show me the top 5 stores by sales in Australia, get your response from the Insight bot, and then follow up with, and what about New Zealand, or and for New Zealand. What I find is maybe overlooked as a development is just being able to scroll up in your chat to see earlier insights, so you don't have to worry about saving the results of each query. I think it's a superb tool that almost any organization would find useful, just for speed of data queries and bringing data discovery to those who maybe aren't trained in Qlik Sense. Keep an eye out for an Insight bot demo from us in the coming months. 3 is Qlik's solution to big data. Qlik has always loaded data into the QlikView workbook. With datasets updating more regularly, users wanting real-time information, loading data in on a weekly or even a daily basis, it just isn't feasible anymore, and Qlik is adapting. So step forward Qlik's Associative Big Data Index, or ABDI, which works live on top of data. It indexes the data, allows you to make higher-level findings with the most often used aggregations, count, sum, min, max, and average. Once you've narrowed the data you want to see with this direct query feature, using the mix of filters and those high-level aggregations, you can then load in this filtered data to a Qlik app on demand. So to give an example, you may have worldwide sales data, but you filter to just UK, March 2019, and product A, and you see an issue where sum of sales volume is significantly below your sales volume targets. You can then, with a few clicks, load this exact filtered segment of the whole data set into Qlik Sense for deeper exploration to maybe find out the reason why. It's an intriguing advancement, not only in the technology it offers, but also because it shows Qlik's intentions to expand their offering beyond just loading data into memory due to the demand for working off big data. The tool could bring a lot of value to organizations' current Qlik setup. Number 4 is Qlik Data Catalyst. It's essentially a tool that will allow users to browse for data within their organization. The layout is almost similar to an online shop like Amazon or eBay. You add data to this catalog from different source points. The app will point to files, tables, or Qlik's own QVD files. In usage of the data catalyst, you'll add these sets to your data cart and then take an action on the cart, such as load data into Qlik Sense. So for example, you could click on 4 different data sets, add them to your cart, and then on the add cart button, it'll say load these into Qlik Sense. The value is added when setting up the data within Data Catalyst, as it completes column level profiling, tagging, and security. The tagging is useful when searching for data, particularly if you end up using Data Catalyst for a lot of different data sets. And security is useful in identifying sensitive data like passport numbers. There's further features included, such as a data lineage visual and an option to view a sample of the data set. And as you may be able to see in those pictures, there's ratings on each of the data sets, such as popularity and quality. An important consideration to keep in mind is that Qlik don't want to limit Data Catalyst to just Qlik front-end tools. Other front-end tools, such as Tableau, will be able to work off Data Catalyst. Therefore, this tool can help your organization regardless of your chosen front-end tool. This is the first of a couple new products that show Qlik is moving into the market of back-end data management. The next of those is Attunity. Attunity was acquired by Qlik earlier this year. It's essentially an ETL tool suggesting, along with Data Catalyst, as I said, that Qlik are looking to move more into the data management space. It's not fully integrated with Qlik yet, but this will happen. In the meantime, the Attunity tool functions by itself. The Attunity offering comprises of 3 main products: Attunity Replicate, Attunity Compose, and Attunity Enterprise Manager. Let's delve into each product. Attunity Replicate is a data replication and integration platform which provides automated transfer of data from the choice of your source to a choice of your target. Source and target can be all major endpoints: SQL Server, cloud platforms, Hadoop, SAP, data warehouses. It aims to reduce the effort, the time, and the cost of moving data between endpoints, and it'll allow you to get to your data analysis stage earlier. It automatically replicates data types between source and target, which I think is an incredibly useful feature. You use the product through a point-and-click interface. This includes configuring the data transfer and then monitoring the transfer with visuals. Next is Attunity Compose. There are 2 products offered under this: Compose for Data Lakes and Compose for Data Warehouse. Compose for Data Lakes aims to counteract the constant worry of a data lake becoming a data swamp. It'll help you manage the data that lands in the data lake to the point where it's analytics ready. It does this through a point-and-click interface. Compose for Data Warehouse automates the creation of pipelines from source to a data warehouse and data marts, and again, it uses a point-and-click interface. I see the main benefit of both of these compose tools is that point-and-click interface, which automatically generates the necessary ETL code. It reduces the requirement for manual coding and hence lowers the cost, the pipeline design time, and the number of errors you'll get. The benefit here for organizations are those savings, making it easier and faster to get data analysis. Finally is Attunity Enterprise Manager. It provides an interface for one to overview their Attunity Replicate and Attunity Compose tasks. Through the interface, one can create, execute, and monitor tasks performed by Attunity Replicate and Compose, and you can monitor the tasks through live KPIs like task status, records processed, errors, and percentage completion. So that was our perspective on Qlik's most important advancements in the past year. I'll now hand back to Deepika for a Qlik Sense demo.
As we see, Qlik has a lot of interesting offerings planned in its roadmap, especially the Insight Bot. The powerful base for the Insight Bot has been created by using two basic things which are already partly built into Qlik Sense itself. So the Qlik's associative engine and the Qlik's cognitive engine. So today we will be sharing more demos with the Insight Bot in future, but today we are covering a demo using Qlik Sense, which is going to cover the Insight Advisor and the Qlik's associative insights offering, which is a new feature Qlik has released in April 2019, and show the power of Qlik's associative engine and the cognitive engine, which essentially forms the backbone of the Insight Bot. So what we are using today for our demo is a trade profitability dashboard, which is used by me. I will be taking on the role as a brand family manager in a company, and what I'm going to look at is how profitable my brand family is across different customers and channels, and how I can manage the trade terms and the retail margins. So to look at the first at the Insights feature, the Insight Advisor is the Qlik Sense feature that helps you to create data visualization and makes explaining your data even easier. In some cases, you might know what data you want to look at, but cannot think of what is the best way to present it. So for my case, if I want to look at gross sales value, all I have to do is use natural query language, and I can pick and choose from the drop-down which measure I want to analyze. How Qlik's cognitive engine is smart is that it recognizes that gross sales value is a measure and gives me to use it as a KPI tile. What it also does is identifies relationships between the measure and the different dimensions in the data model, and automatically starts suggesting me which are the different visualizations I can use in this case. For example, I pick this particular visualization. If I expand on this, what you will see is that it has taken a couple of dimensions which the cognitive engine finds interesting to analyze by, and has given me a tree map chart by the customer group description and the channel groups that I'm selling through. You can also teach the Insight Advisor precedents for how to look at data. So if I look at the properties section on the right, first thing it tells me is what type of analysis has the cognitive engine chosen for me. So in this case, it is a breakdown of measure by the contributing dimensions. If I look at the dimension and measures and click on this option, it also gives you this light bulb which tells you help us learn. What it does is that in case if the engine has identified a measure incorrectly as a dimension, what you can do is that you can say that this was actually a measure and has been incorrectly classified. So every time you use the cognitive engine to create insights, you're also teaching it more and more things about your data. So in this case, I can indicate that, use this as a measure in future, and what it will do is it will treat that particular field as a measure in future if it was incorrectly assigned. And similar thing can also be done for a measure. So if I look at the help us learn option, in this case, it also helps me decide if there's a particular field which I'm not interested in to appear in my future insights. I can click on this, and it will stop suggesting this field in any future insights that the cognitive engine suggests. The third thing which can be used from this properties bar is the understanding of why this particular insight or why this particular field was chosen by the engine. So if I click on this little question mark here, what we understand is that cognitive engine automatically identified that gross sales value is a measure, and it found that when we type gross sales value, so in case even if you had typed sales value, it would have prompted gross sales value because it matched the field gross sales value or a part of the field gross sales value. So these are some features which are already inbuilt in Qlik's cognitive engine and are already available in Qlik Sense. A similar feature is what will also form the backbone of the Insight bot. Moving on to the next feature, which is the Qlik Associative Insights tool. So if I go back and go on to a more focused version of the dashboard, where I'm looking at sales values by brand family. And as I said, I'm a brand family manager who's managing Climatize brand family. So what I see is that though Climatize is one of the mediocre performing brand families, but it's not doing as well as some of the other brand families like Storm, which sell these similar products. So to go to the Qlik Associative Insights, first, I need to make a selection and go to the Selections panel on top. So the Qlik Associative Insights capability basically helps you to surface hidden insights from within your data. It combines the power of Qlik's associative engine and its cognitive capability to find out insights that are hidden in your data, which is actually excluded from your current selection. If I look at Climatize, in this case, at the top, I see my current selection, and at bottom, I see all the fields that are available to me. So if you're already familiar with Qlik, you know that everything that appears in white here is actually related to my data, and everything that is in gray is not related to my data. So if it was any other query-based tools, you would not even see these gray values, because query-based tools slice and dice your data and show you only what is in the current context. But Qlik, due to its associative property, will also show you things which are currently unrelated. So in this case, as soon as I say explore selections and say generate insights, and I want to be looking at my gross sales value, it has generated a few insights on the right-hand side. Now, let me explain what that means. First thing that you see is the current impact of your selection, which is how much contribution does my brand family make to the total gross sales value, which is about 5.9%. But what it has also surfaced is, using its augmented intelligence, is the excluded values, which are also impacting my current selection. So if I look at based on the percentages and the visuals that it's showing me, 33% of the customers are not actually selling my brand family. And if I click on it, I can actually see that there is about 20 customers which I'm not selling any products to. So this could be a potential area where I can push my products and even get more sales. So in order to reveal how this unrelated data is linked to the other sales of other bank families, I can click on reveal data for the excluded values, and I see that these customers, which I'm not selling through, do have a lot of sales going through them. So now I have two options. Either I can return to the current visualization, or what I can do is do further analysis on these excluded selections. As soon as I say select excluded, excluded values now appear on your filter panel, and I can further go on to insights and understand which are the brand families which are doing well in this excluded selection. So if I say, again, cross sales value by brand family, what I see is that Storm is particularly doing well in these areas. So maybe what I need to look at is the opportunity for me to look at the stores which are currently excluded from my data or I'm not selling against, and another product which another brand family which sells similar products is doing quite well in that area. Trying to understand that might help me with my sales. So this is something which you might not have been able to do very easily by even using the current features of Qlik, because in cases where you have a lot of fields available, you would never know which are the exact fields which might be impacting your current selections. But with the Qlik's associated insights, what you can do is, by a single click, look at which are the excluded values or the areas of interest which are hidden from you, and how can they impact your current analysis. These are the two powerful functionalities of Qlik's associative and cognitive engine, which are currently available to you to play around within Qlik Sense. And in future, as Insight Bot launches and develops, it will probably enhance even the Qlik Sense tool even further. So with that, I wrap up our Qlik Sense demo, and I will hand back the mic to Robbie to give us a summary of our webcast.
Thanks, Deepika. Now, to summarize what we've covered so far. Today we've covered a short overview of Qlik's foundation offerings and given you an insight into the most interesting updates from Qlik Connections conference in May, including some new products, which hopefully, on top of the foundation offerings, gives you an idea of how Qlik is looking to develop their product, their overall offering as well. And finally, we rounded off with some of the new features you might not have seen so far in Qlik Sense.
So that leads us to the end of the presentation. Thank you all for joining us today.